Hello, folks. This is James Gennard of Stowbridge U3A. I'm going to demonstrate accessing the new SiteWorks website for Stowbridge U3A and what group authors can do within the site. So, first of all, in order to be a group page author, you have to be given access. So, you should have received an email that looks like this one. So, it will identify which groups you've been given access to, a username for you, and a password. The username and the passwords will be similar, but not the same. And obviously, we won't show what they are because we don't want people accessing the website unnecessarily. There's also a link for the website edit access, which is simply the normal Stowbridge U3A site web link plus WP admin. If you do want to change passwords and things, there's some guidance below as to how you should do that. The main thing is it needs to be 10 characters long and complicated in order to be strong. If you need help, you can contact me or Barbara French or go to the SiteWorks website for more help. And attached to the email will be a group author guide as well for you to read and study to help you do some work. Now, if we go back to where we started here, if you're on the home page for Stowbridge U3A, you can simply change the link by putting on the end of it a slash WP admin and press enter, and you're taken to the login page. Now, I've previously logged in here, so it will remember me. So if I start putting in what I think is the username, this is a temporary username which has been created by me for this purpose only. The password is necessarily longer and more complicated than the username. If you do forget it, contact the website administrators. So now we've accessed the website, what you're confronted with is the starting point, which is the dashboard. At the top left, it tells you you're editing Stowbridge U3A, and this particular place is a switch. If you click on it, it will take you to the web page so you can see what the web page is looking like. If you click on it again, it will take you back to the dashboard. Now, down the left are the menu items that you've been given access to. Now, the first one, posts, and the last one, U3A notices, are not used by Stowbridge U3A. We usually have a weekly email from our chairperson, therefore posts and notices are generally unnecessary. Media are basically the content that you add to the website, which can be documents or photographs or diagrams as you think fit. Group page authors can add to this library by clicking on Add New Media File and selecting the files or dropping files on this area in order to upload them. Once they're uploaded, you should take care that things like images have a full set of documentation, which I mean that you should have a description, a caption, a title, and also alternative text. This is useful for people that are partially sighted that are using screen readers, and therefore a photo would not have any content other than its caption usually. This will describe what the picture is, and you should add this for any new photograph or image that you upload. Going back to the menu on pages, these are the whole set of pages that you have on the Stowbridge U3A website, and all you can do with them is view them. So if we click on view, we see the constitution here, and to go back, we just use the browser back arrow, and you're back on the title menu page. If we go on to groups, you can now see the two groups that this user account has got access to. And the menu is a little different. So instead of just being a view, you've got a quick edit and an edit. Quick Edit enables you to change the title and the status of the particular group. Now, generally, you won't be changing the title, but you will be changing the state if you don't want people to see your draft. So if I click on here, you can see the draft. Once you're in draft status or pending review, though, the page is not visible to anyone else. It's only available for you to view temporarily as a preview. In the published state, it's published onto the website and everyone can see it. Whenever you make a change on this page, though, make sure that you update the information, otherwise it won't take effect and you'll have lost the edit that you've just performed. So I'm going to cancel this and go back to here. So just to show you that it does view the page, that's the page as it will look like to everyone else. And if we go back arrow again, we've returned to there. The next item is U3A events. You have to be careful. This event is unique to the Latin group. Any events that you create as a group page author will have to be linked to one of the groups that you're editing. So if we actually go into this and do a quick edit, I'll change the status. In fact, let's go back to groups. We viewed the Latin group before. If you notice, there are no events attached to this. So if we go back, go into events, go to quick edit, change the status of this event from draft to published and update it. We can now go back to groups, do a view of the Latin group, and hey presto, there's forthcoming events added at the bottom. This is obviously a fictitious event, so I'll remove it by putting it back to draft status. Always remember to update. Okay, next in the list are venues. The list of venues have been created by the website administrators, and all you can do is simply view them. So if you need to know where something is, you can look it up. And that's as much the same as everyone else sees it as well. And again, back arrow to go back to where we are. So notices we don't use. Then profile is your profile as a user. And the word of warning, when you're faced with a page like this, you have to scroll down to see the full extent of the information that it contains. So this is obviously me and my user ID, my email that's been used to set up this user account. And at the bottom here, we can set a new password. I would recommend that you don't change the password unnecessarily because it makes it harder for us to maintain. If you do set a new password, then obviously make sure that you only record it somewhere secure and don't allow other people to use it. In order for any of the changes on this page to take place, you would have to click on here, update the profile. Now, I haven't shown you how to edit a page, but it's relatively simple. If we go into the Latin group and do edit, this is the edit format of the web page. The blue placeholder is the table of general information that everyone needs to know, who the contact is, where the group meets, and a summary of information for it. Then here is what the group page author is able to change. At the bottom, any events will be shown in the table at the bottom of the page. This is called a classic edit page because each of these sentences and paragraphs are separate blocks. So if I click on here, you can see it says paragraph. So this particular line is a paragraph. Normally, the whole set of information there would be a single paragraph, but because this has been imported, it's separate. Now, if you want to add something, it's simply click in and add this, yeah? For instance, if I do return and put no meetings in December, and save it, then this is already a published inf information on the Latin group. So if we view it by clicking up here, that's what people will be seeing. Okay, so I'm going to go back and undo this, because obviously that's not quite true. So simply edit, delete, backspace, get rid of it, save it. Always remember to save. Yeah. And if we go back to the original set, we're back into there. And if we go to the top, we can visit the site and see the groups. And in here, we can go look for the Latin group, and it's as it was. When you've finished, of course, you may want to log out. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard anyhow, not that it matters. If you go up to this top right hand corner, you've got your name, profile, and log out. So click on log out, and then we're finished. Thank you very much.